Hey, what up, everybody? Today I'm gonna be talking about Street Fighter, not necessarily the gaming franchise. Well, it is based off it, but I'm gonna be talking about the anime movies. Now, if you don't know what the anime movies are, you should go watch it. There's two movies specifically that I'm talking about. The first one is called Street Fighter Alpha, the movie. The second one is called Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. Now, I'm not talking about Street Fighter Alpha Generations. That movie isn't a good representation of what I'm talking about. But the movie, the movies I'm talking about specifically are like just so dope, and I feel like they need to bring it back because Street Fighter Alpha Generations is, to be honest, it's trash. Okay, I'm gonna say what it is. It's trash. All right, so some problems I have with this movie. First of all, Ryu's wearing street clothes. Ryu doesn't wear street clothes, okay? Let's just get that out of the way. He wears his classic D, alright? The second thing is, some random old man, Ryu's fighting one time, whips Ryu's ass. And not only that, he catches a Hadoken, alright? Ryu's Hadoken, and throws it right back at him. The only one I know that can do that is Bison and Rose. And this guy is random. He's not even a character. I don't even understand. Okay? Another scene is Ryu's fighting Sakura, right? And with Sakura, I believe she's about to shoot in Hadoken. And Ryu punches it, and it goes away. I don't know. But yeah, that's why it's just basically trash. I don't know. Now, I'm gonna start off by mentioning that the first movie is actually made in 1994, and it's called Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. And it's crazy that it was made in 1994. That's basically 20 years ago. Actually more than 20 years ago. But it's just still a good movie. Even today, if you watch it today, you still have a good time. And the best thing about this movie is that they captured every single character how they are in the video game. I mean, if you look at it, Ryu was exactly how he was. He did his little outro where he would be walking with his bag and all that. But I mean, that's what it kind of was. But the story was overall basic. I'm not gonna lie. With the ending being Bison, I meant the final villain being Bison, but that's basically how it is in the game. No matter who you choose, the final villain is gonna be Bison, right? And who better to revolve the story around than the main character, Ryu, the first character that was ever made in Street Fighter. But what's crazy is the art style. Oh my god. And the art style is just better than anything that people put out today. Mind you, I just watched the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, and okay, it's not on that level, but it's pretty darn close. You know what I mean? But just seeing that, this gets me so amped, and I'm just wondering why they stopped making these type of movies, and they really need to get back into it because I just don't see why they can't do it. But anyways, I'm gonna talk about the second movie, Fighter Alpha, the movie. And believe it or not, this movie came out in 2000. Now, look at the art style, okay? And then look at what we have today. You know what I mean? And basically, this movie, the plot's very simple. It's about Ryu fighting against the Dark Hado to avoid becoming like Akuma. Alright? And in this movie, I felt like they captured Akuma specifically the right way. I mean, him being 7 foot tall, intimidating with his voice. I wonder who's his voice actor, by the way, but totally different story. But however, they made Ken and Ryu have like such a big power gap, and that's something I feel like I wasn't a big fan of, but you know, I lived with it. You know what I'm saying? They also had Shakura do her signature Osaka kick, you know, when the shoe flies off, and they had Dan just being Dan. You know what I mean? Like he's just he's kind of trash. But this video is just, you know, about awareness, and I'm just wondering why, you know, they stopped making, you know, these type of movies. All these movies were made so long ago, and they had relevance then, so why can't they make another movie using Street Fighter 3 characters, for example, now? It's not like Street Fighter doesn't have a fan base anymore. Like, there's a reason why they're still making Street Fighter games every year. I mean, it took a long time. You know, there was a big gap between Street Fighter 3 and Street Fighter 4, but it was made, you know what I mean? And if they made a movie just capturing like Sean, you know, Alex, Dudley, and it had the same art style as Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, or even, you know, a different one, you know, they can make it even better. But they need the same animators as before. I feel like Capcom isn't really capitalizing on this. They should take advantage of their fan base and really put out a good movie. I'm not saying take advantage in a bad way, because I know it sounds bad, but take advantage of, like, you know, the people who are fans of the character. It's been a while since we've had a decent movie. Like, it's been 20 years, you know, that they put out something respectable. They have the money to do it. They have a huge fan base, and you know, I'd be down to see it. Those are actually my favorite animated movies, specifically Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. I feel like that's a perfect movie, besides like some little minor things. But you know, it is what it is. You can't make a perfect movie. There's no such thing as a perfect movie to me. But yeah, anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, and let me know if you guys want to see this too, because, you know, I'm really down to see another movie. It's been like 20 years, right? Anyways, thanks.
That was Akuma, the man who mastered our fighting style.